Hello, dear network on YouTube and LinkedIn. It's been a while since I've done live events, and it was because of the hectic spring for me, as millions of the others, unfortunately. But today I'm very happy to get back to this tradition of interviewing the Genius Leadership podcast guests online. So that you can join live and ask your questions if you want to. Today I'm joined by Vladyslav Savchenko. He is a serial entrepreneur, and he'll talk about the different initiatives and the businesses he's running on top of the association. And I'm just very happy to share yet another Ukrainian voice with you, talking about the experience of living and leading in the time of war in Ukraine, so that you get a deeper understanding of what is going on, maybe some background to that, but also learn about the power of our people. There are so many people who are talking about resilience of Ukrainians right now, and I really want to bring people, entrepreneurs, business owners, who are part of that power nation that you all are so in awe these days. So Vladyslav, welcome to the show.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm happy to be here with you and share my expertise in war in Ukraine with all you guys. And let's start.
Yeah, let's get going, huh? Down to business. Vladyslav, I wanted to ask you to begin with, what are your businesses? You're a serial entrepreneur. You have quite some interesting things going on in parallel. Can you tell us about what are the businesses that you're running?
My business is so different, all businesses in tech. I have some startups, it's sport tech, food tech, services like outstaffing, outsourcing and solution providing. It's company PowerCode. If we're talking about sport tech, we make a company with one of world champion in weightlifting. It's app which help you to train with computer vision, with different features. You can join the cool app. It's called weightlifting app. I'm invested in this project around 200,000 USD. It was launched 1 year ago. As well, we have a food tech project, which was made very quick by our team. We launched it in only 2 weeks when quarantine start, with this coronavirus things, lockdowns. I'm sitting and thinking, what can I do in this situation? Because IT business was running, but not so good. Like we have some bench in our team, and my mindset is entrepreneurship, and that's why I thinking, what can I do in this situation? And I thinking, it's lockdown. I must sitting at home, but I have no. I cannot order like food stuff in my house because it was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks waiting. You can order, but in future only 2 or 3 weeks you must wait to get some stuff inside your house, but you cannot go out like it was a recommendation on the start. And I thinking maybe I will try to do this business. Like we have Power IT, we have a lot of expertise in e-commerce domain. Like it's usual business. Let's start. But if I know that it will be so hard and it's totally different, this very huge project, because inside this project was 13 projects inside, like small one, like delivery, like packing, like storage and so on, like working with different companies inside, because you need to order this goods in your storage. Like I cannot imagine that it will be so hard. And we start this business we need only 2 weeks, and we have certificate record of Ukraine that we launched it very quick. They try to find out that it's true story, and we get this record, and it was very fun because all world, all Ukraine was on panic side, on stress, like did not think about business, only about how they can be alive, like all people waiting death, I think on this time, only thinking about safe family, safe they have already, and we start to be very quick and make this business, invest in this business in Ukraine, 4 million USD. It's a very huge project, but if we're talking about war in Ukraine, it's falling down till zero. Like valuation of this business, if we account on small numbers, like we have 8 million turnover in year, 8 million USD. Its valuation was around 8 million, and we lose 4 million of investing and 8 million of valuation. In total, very huge numbers. But when this project was running in Ukraine, we have some time, we started in Poland, and right now this project still alive in Poland and growing. And right now in Poland we have turnover around 2 million euro in year, and it's looking very cool that we can grow in this market in Europe, and our expertise, in which we invest a lot of money, a lot of time, it was not a wasting time. Because I was so unhappy when war was starting, when Russian soldiers come to Ukraine. I was so afraid, and like in first step I was so afraid about the war, and second was that I have a very huge team and all businesses. It's around 450 people which are working on me, and I must do something for them, and what will happen. And I was so upset that what can I do in this situation? Like this business stopped in only few seconds, because on the morning I get an SMS from staff of Foodex24. It's name of the startup in Ukraine. In Poland it calls Foodex24. Get the messages that nobody will come into our storage, no, we cannot deliver, and so on. And we have a lot of food inside our storages and on warehouses. Next step was only donate this food stuff to soldiers, to children. We go to this warehouse. I have a family bus. I go to our storages and put inside some of food. Go to soldiers. Go to kindergartens in which was a lot of children without any foods, and they was very happy, because at this time was like not enough food, because supply chain was broken totally in the whole Ukraine, and it was important that I have this food and I can donate it like for free, because business was die in 1 minute only. And maybe in future, when Ukraine win the war, we will release it once more time.
You now jump through several things, and I'll pause yourself, Vladyslav. So first of all, launching a whole business which is in a hard market. I mean, of course, the tech side you have, but as you said, doing tech when it's food involved, and you have delivery times, and you have suppliers, so like very many, many suppliers, and also you have the you need to do the procurement right so that no food gets bad and so on. It is a complicated project, and you managed to pull it through in 2 weeks. Kudos to you and your team for managing that, because it's pretty amazing. Let's just pause there for a moment, okay?
Yeah, it was very hard, and you know that when we start, we have 35 employees for this. It was different, like from different companies, which was have the bench. Like I have as well sports club at the time, and some of staff from sports club start to do this work. Hard side of this, of launching this project, was that we started in Zoom. Like we cannot meet in person because of this recommendation from the government. We make it on Zoom from 4 different cities. Like our team was in Kiev, in Kharkiv, in Zaporizhia, and in Dnipro, like 4 cities. And when we started, it was 35 employees in this startup. And after 10 days, we have 70 employees, because
Wow.
we start to hire, we start to hire expertise, because we have no too much expertise into food stuff, in control process of packing, because we are IT company. We are not, we never make business with food. But we're thinking, okay, it's IT startup, we can fix all issues very quick, but if we talking true side, it was very hard, because we try to hire guys from the retails businesses which working with food stuff, with warehouses, because we make our own warehouse management system, we make a delivery system, and funny things that we start on the delivery feature was from the Bolt, Taxify Bolt, you know, and they test this feature on our startup. We use first try of Bolt deliver app. And then after only 1 month, we start our own. We develop from scratch very quick our version. If we're talking about a piece of investments, like 2 million was only in IT, because a lot of system inside. We need to record all steps of clients, when they come to website, when they come to our app, because it was very hard. We need to do it very quickly to develop, and always in all Zoom call was only panic, like this is not working, this is not working, this feature was broken, and we always like talking about IT, but after a few months, we start understanding that in 60-70% is real IT business, not like regular shopping or something like this, because you must record this track from the food, which buying most food stuff, which are not buying, and you must mix these products. You must add new food, because we started, it was around 1,000 position in our website, different goods, like 1,000, and after 4 months it was 6 or 7,000. Like in the middle it was till 12,000, but we start understanding that it's too much. We start losing money, like 20-30,000 USD. It was only for bad food, like they located in our warehouses, and start be not so good, and we cannot deliver this, because when you regular client of offline shop, you can come to food shop and take some food from the storages in shop, and if it's something bad inside, you did it, not like not shop give it to you and you like start be so angry. And if you deliver bad stuff, it's only from your side, it's your side bad things, and it was very hard to control quality, because quality was our main domain in this business. And first 2 weeks it was very hard. We tried to deliver very fast. Our main goal was 90 minutes delivering. Our competitors delivered like next day or 3 days or 4 days or 5 days, like very slow. And we tried to do it best, and our main message was 90 minutes delivery. But first week it was like 3, 4, 5 hours. I delivered since like 2 or 3 months. I deliver each day some to some clients, like it was random clients. And when I come to them, they was very surprised and like, whoa, owner of the business coming to deliver our goods. Like my first delivery was we recorded for YouTube, like it was delivered must be in 90 minutes, but past like 3 or 4 hours we make this box with food, and I come put it in a car and make this position where is located our client. And it showed me that it's like 100 meters and you are on the line. I think, I can go by my walking only. And the funny things was that it was I think CEO of Bolt. I didn't know. We coming, I'm like driving by my car with a guy which helped me to record on iPhone only, like not something special. And it was very huge box with like 30 position inside. It's take a long time because a lot of different goods was inside food stuff. And I take with me a T-shirt to present like my first client. I coming say, 100 thanks to you that you're using our service. Thank you so much. You're a cool guy. This present to you. This is your box. And he say, yeah, startup is very cool, but thank you very much. But I order only 1 Pepsi. And I say, oh shit. When it was too difficult to stabilize this operation thing, because we like very quick starting, it's very hard. And when you start understanding that only 1 Pepsi, I can deliver it like in 10 minutes without car, 10 minutes only, I go to storage, take this Pepsi and go. But it was very funny, and we recorded on a YouTube show to all guys, because I have no problem with humor. Like I can laughing about our fuck ups. It's all businesses make these fuck ups, and one of the biggest one was when our competitors or our hater order for Vitaly Klitschko. It's the main guy in Kiev.
The mayor,
Mayor, of the Kiev. And we thinking maybe it's fake, but we make this order, and I go with this huge packing. Inside was a lot of meat. Like we're thinking, okay, it's Ukrainian boxer. they won't eat a lot of meat. Maybe it's a real order from our client, and we going to his office, and it was only few seconds, and we will be inside near Klitschko because like police which standing near office, they thinking, okay, we are delivery app. They say go inside, then we go, and near room of mayor, it was women which asking which reason we must meet boss and
mayor, yeah.
Yeah, it was very funny story because few minutes and we will be inside, but it was a fake, and we recorded and upload to YouTube, and a lot of guys write like, oh, you go in real to Klitschko to deliver this thing, because it was very hard time, and I thinking that supply chain was broken, no any good delivery apps or startups or delivery business, and maybe more checking like new business, how it's working, how it could help in this crisis of coronavirus. But it was fake, and we laughing about this, show it on our YouTube show, and I think this hater which make this order, he look in this video and laughing that we are like do it the best.
Yeah, I think humor is very important, and I think, like, I personally have seen it a lot in the past 3 months of the full-scale invasion, that this is one of the big driving forces for the Ukrainians to really get through this war. And before we continue on that, I just want to show that we have a hi from Sweden, from Jonas Freud, and thank you for joining, Jonas. We're happy that you're with us here. Please feel free to ask any questions or share your reflections and experiences if you have any. But yeah, Vlad, if we talk about the humor, let's actually continue this topic now before we dive into the other, because you didn't mention all the businesses and the projects that you're involved in. But let's pause on this. How has humor and having these anecdote stories and generally experiences from the previous crisis with actually finding ways or solutions to the problems of quarantine with the coronavirus, how has all that experience and the humor been helping you and your companies, your employees so far?
It's each day this thing help us, because we saw a lot of crisis, and without laughing on some small things or about our fuck ups which we make on all businesses, like it's cannot be another way. When you start growing, like, you didn't do fuck ups if you did not do nothing. Like it's true story, and that's why it's helped us so much that we are. My main skill is build very strong teams with strong expertise and strong insight, not only expertise. Soft skills is very important right now, because I saw when this bullshit start. I saw that some strong experts was broken. Like they start be in panic side, nervous too much, and some of them was broken for like 1 month, and we start talking about what we can help in this case, because our team located, if we're talking about service business, our team's located in 10 cities in Ukraine only, and it's different cities like in Kherson, which are on the bad side right now, very strong guys working, but they are still working from this territory which occupied by Russia. We have team in Kharkiv. Like when we start make business after 2 days, like we need 2 days to understanding situation and to get this view what we will need to do in the future, like in close future, because we cannot make plans for 1 year or 2 year or 5 year. Like all our plans was broken because we make a lot of like 10 strategic sessions for different businesses, and like in one it was broken. And 2 days we need to be like on clear vision what really happening right now, and then we start talking with our clients, introduce our team that all is fine, we still working, we are delivered, because service business is very important to be on the line with the client. You need to show that you are working. You must always make Zoom or a Skype call with the camera, that you are here, and all is fine. And some of this Zoom was very strong, because one of our project manager was on Kharkiv, and we sent the message that let's Zoom right now. He says 1 moment because it's right bombing, and then after a few minutes write message like it's not so near for for him, and like let's start Zoom, no problem. It was looking very cool, because I never thinking that IT is so strong inside. Like you thinking that developing, like managing in IT, it's something like strange. They very strange guys and women, like which are only drinking smoothie in the office. I don't know, play tennis, smoke shisha, play computer games, and they no need nothing, and it's not so real life. But in real, they show how strong is the industry, because in real, in Ukraine, IT is one of, I think it start be on first place of income to Ukraine of money, because they still working, and like first quarter was around 2 billion USD of volume of this sector of economic. That's why I thinking, wow, it's pretty cool.
I'll interrupt you here, Vladyslav, just for the context for our listeners and viewers. Ukraine is actually an agriculture country. We have very good soil, and we are growing crops and foods for a lot of countries. In European Union countries, but also African countries, and we have been supplying a lot. And of course, that is the challenge, and that's what you're talking about, Vladyslav, that IT sector has stepped in here, or stepped up in the times when the fields could not be worked on, because there are continuous bomb shellings all around or all over the country, and it's dangerous to be in the fields. And the Ukraine IT sector, Ukraine has been called the Silicon Valley of Eastern Europe just before the war, and I think now we are really proving that point, that we have so much great talent. But it's not talent by born. It's, of course, the nurture, the education, and the drive of our people, the creativity that we discussed on the show with Gleb Kozak in the series, and resilience as well. But this is the sector to keep an eye on and to invest in whichever way you can, whether you're a person or angel investor, or you want to invest your individual money, or you are a company that are looking for suppliers or partners or However, and this is what I want to emphasize, we have amazing companies in the country who are continuously working right now and delivering on time with the quality. And of course, that is very important for people on the individual level, but also on the economic level, because this is what keeps the economy going.
Yeah, it's a true story. And if we're talking about numbers, that agriculture sector is around 15 billions, and IT sector is something less than 10 billions, like smaller 5 times, but potential of IT sector is very, very high. Right now we have around 350,000 talents working on the field. It's startups, service business, outstaffing, outsourcing, like very cool companies with different technology, blockchain, JS, like computer vision, computer science. A lot of technology are located in Ukraine, and some of the companies, I met a guy in Uzhhorod when war was in high progress, and he was part of a company called Apostera, and they sold company in start of this year. It's tens of millions USD. They sold company to Samsung, to it was something Harman Kardon. Part of the Samsung is Harman Kardon buys this company. It's working on computer vision, on 3D reality for the cars, and it's a Ukrainian project which was bought by like maybe 15 millions or something like this. Very, very good numbers for Ukraine. And last 5 years, startups are growing in Ukraine. A lot of companies is famous in the whole world, like People AI.
Grammarly.
Grammarly,
the very simple example, but that is known to everyone, right? You don't have to be in the tech sector to know Grammarly nowadays. And this is the Ukrainian startup. Just a simple example there.
That's why it's very cool. But you know that right now is on the market, like fight two IT fields. Like one is startups and products company and service company, and always start discussion who is a cool guy and who is not so cool. Like you make out stuff, you make service. Oh, it's not so cool. You did not make something great for the country. And my opinion in this case that very cool that we start from outsourcing, and we have more than 300,000 talents which have different expertise in all niche you can imagine, and then they can start startups, or startup can hire special developers or product managers for the project, and it's not a miracle, and you can develop worldwide project from Ukraine, and it's new reality because we start with offshore programming, and right now it's offshore business. Like you have no difference like from which part of the world you make this business. If you have US market, it's very great, and you can make it from Ukraine, make this business, because when the war start, like product company which have R&D offices or developing centers or offices, they did not get stress from this crisis, and they still working, growing, and like when you sell on different markets, on Europe, on US, on Canada, on Australia, it's very cool, and you can help Ukrainian army in this case, because you still working in Ukraine, and it's very great. But with the service business, it start be more harder, because in our company, for example, we have corporate clients, and corporate clients start new orders, and they say, did not give us a developer from Ukraine location, please. Different location. If it's Ukrainians, okay, but from Poland, from I don't know, from Slovakia, from different countries, like from Europe, please give it to us. We will look on it. But from Ukraine didn't give us, and it's very bad news. That's why we launched a platform in European Association of Software Engineering. It's a strong community of IT companies, and we try to help on this case. And we launch very quick platform in which you can upload your teams, which are free right now, and can make some work for foreign clients. And in this platform, you can find like who can develop from scratch your startup or your idea. That's why it's start the main message. Did not give us, don't give us work with Ukraine, and this is main message which we want to introduce world right now, because we have problems with new contracts, with new clients, because of this, because of war, and because of corporate management did not accept the risks. And I understand, like a businessman, I understand European companies which didn't work with Ukrainian location, but like a Ukrainian, I did not understand this. I won't work with huge companies, and like we have problems. We have order for 150 developers from huge European companies, and after starting the war, they stop this list and says, if you can find somebody in Romania or different location, please let us know. If in Ukraine right now we stop this hiring, and like I'm happy that they did not stop contracts which was running, because it will be very huge problem, because it's around 100 people was working on such companies, on big corporate companies from Germany, and they are still working. I'm happy to see this situation, because I'm thinking that it start be a problem inside a few weeks. But as well, we have some subcontractors from Russia on that moment, and we saw that in only few days, German clients was stopped this contracts with Russians very quick, and it's very good news, because right now Russian market is stopped, and nobody want to hire developers from Russia, and it's very big chance for Ukrainian economics, for Ukrainian developers, engineers, companies start growing on clients, but situation is not so easy, and we working every day with these messages that work with Ukraine. We have stable regions in which we will develop in any cases. Each day we develop, deliver it, and we did not make you stress when you want to develop something.
I want to reiterate here, because I think this is a very important message, and that's partly why I created this series of interviews in general. First of all, Ukrainians have been working, some from day one of the full-scale invasion. Some maybe took 1 week to relocate their families or themselves or whatever within the country. But people are working. Companies are delivering their projects. I talked to some of my friends and clients who have contractors, or like they are outsourcing to Ukraine, and they're saying, in the beginning, before the invasion took place, I was asking, like, what is your plan? What is your partners' plans and so on. And my clients and friends said they have contingency plans, they have continuity plans, and I trust in them, and it will not be a problem, I think. And because of when the invasion started, I asked how is it going, and they were so happy with the deliveries of the Ukrainians. They said it was not affected. Of course, there were some minor delays. It was not a project delay, but it was maybe some milestone and some sprint delivery or something like this delay. But they were amazing at communicating and being transparent of what is happening, and also getting back on track as soon as possible. So this is some very important message I want to emphasize here. You said 350,000. That's a population of the whole country of Iceland. Just for a moment. That's the pool of the tech talent, IT talent that you can tap into. And a lot of them are good in English. And this is one of my Icelandic friends who is outsourcing Icelandic projects to Ukraine, who is saying, those guys, they are amazing. Like the whole team is speaking better English than me, and Icelanders are good with English. So this is just something that I want to emphasize. You will not have problems with that. You will meet people who are highly professional, who are used to working with international clients on international market, who are used to adjusting their way of communication, their way of working, operating to the client. And this is so important to succeed. We have Starlink connection right now, thanks to Elon Musk. He delivered that within the first week or whatever after someone's tweeted him. We have stable internet connection. And as you said, Vladyslav, many regions are stable. In Kiev and in Lviv, when you come to the city streets, there are air raids. But in between, life is continuing. People are opening new restaurants, new cafes. The work is ongoing. The food delivery services are happening, right, and on time. So it is a huge potential right now to tap into. Just as people were talking about in the beginning of Corona crisis, that people were laid off, and I saw a lot of. I was present in a lot of conversations when entrepreneurs and tech startups said, we have a bigger pool now to hire. Well, bootstrap somehow will find the money, but we'll actually tap into that pool right now, because we won't afford those people in the normal times. But right now we actually can manage that because they're available. And that's the same I really want to send across right now as a message for Ukrainian IT talent. It's there, it's available, people are willing to work, and you will be amazed with the results when you hire these people.
We really need it right now, because after start the war, in our association, 4 company was closed, which make service because they working only on Ukraine market, and I think it's not a big story that Ukraine market on 1 minute was closed. Like nothing happens inside 1 month or something like this, and business start working after maybe 1.5 months, and then start be develop something new, because who makes service only for Ukrainian company, they close the business or falling down for 18% in revenue, and it's very bad story. That's why we want to talking about this, and message that all is fine right now, and we can deliver, come to Ukraine, work with Ukraine, and it's very important message. And you can find very cool team with different expertise. Don't go to India, come to Ukraine.
Yeah, for sure. Vlad, what are your predictions on what will be happening to the IT market? Maybe a couple of scenarios, but what are you seeing right now as trends?
I have two scenarios. If we fix our win in this war very soon, like in some months, it will be growing very fast, because you saw that in Ukraine very strong expertise in cyber security, and right now it's very important in the whole countries, because they saw that couple of few guys can stop 50% of business in the country, and start thinking about cybersecurity. It's very important in real. And I think in this case we show that we Ukrainians are strong IT army, strong IT expertise, and I think we can be after 1 or 2 years on first places of IT economics, or like startup nations, or service countries. Like if you will thinking after 1 year or 2 year you need to something to develop, you will thinking, aha, Ukraine, okay, I must go to Ukraine. And if war was longer than 1 year, I think it's very bad scenario will be, and we will lose half of our IT talents. They will go to Europe, to US, to different countries, and this scenario I did not like and hope and pray for first one, because we developed IT starting from 1978, like it's 30, 40, 50 years old market, which was very small, and we growing step by step. And I want that Ukraine must be huge part of IT history of the whole world. We need more startups. We need growing in service businesses. We need to make cybersecurity for whole world on next level, and we can do this. And I pray for first one.
Yeah. And I think we already tapped into what our listeners can do to support that, really, to hire Ukrainians, to reach out and to or tap into that talent pool that we have. Vlad, I also want to touch a bit on the cryptocurrencies and their role in this war, because you know quite a lot in that industry or in that niche, and you have been talking about that. Can you educate us a bit about what is happening on that front?
Crypto is very help on financing special things for the army, for food stuff for all Ukrainians, because it's so quick, and we can make like a lot of funds which try to collect donations from whole world, and it's most quickest way. And we saw that in few days only on cryptocurrency we get a lot of donations, like it's millions of USD, millions of euro, and because this market very quick and very flexible, we can order a lot of stuff for our forces, and like after only 1 month or maybe later a little bit, regular funds start working like something like crypto funds. But we saw that first few weeks only cryptocurrency help Ukrainian to be quick on payments, because our bank system was stopped in once, and we cannot pay like for to Poland or to Germany or for different countries to buy helmets and so on for our forces. In this case, help very much cryptocurrencies, crypto community. It was very strong community, and if you know, in Ukraine we have like around 9 million users of crypto. Like we have in Ukraine, only in Ukraine, it's very huge community, and if you read some list of countries which too much involved in crypto, Ukraine is always on first steps, like maybe in five place, like of volume of using crypto. That's why we have very strong crypto community which connected with whole world, and that's why they accept help Ukraine from different countries, and it was like very cool. And we saw this power of new generation of financing, because it's like banking, new banking level, because there are no a lot of KYC and something like this, which stop financing, quick financing, because right now like bank system is very slow, and a lot of administrative things inside the banks did not help be very quick. And crypto is cool things, and a lot of projects involved in war from good side and help. Like we saw how we can collect for Bayraktar, for example, like collect 5 million euro in Lithuania.
In 4 days.
Yeah. It was 3 days in Lithuania. Our friends collect 5 million euro, and it was very quick, and using the crypto, because Lithuania is looking on crypto market, like Estonia, and Lithuania is a famous country in Europe for making crypto projects, Web3 and so on, and you can get a license from this country. That's why the community located in this country and can collect a lot of money. Only 3 days they collect 5 millions for buying Bayraktar to help.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what Bayraktar is, let's just be inclusive here. Explain what Lithuanians are giving.
Yeah, Bayraktar is very power things producing in Turkey. In Turkey, it's a very huge drone which can provoke tanks and different
military equipment.
Military cars.
Yeah.
Few words.
One more question about crypto before we wrap up. There have been a lot of discussion about Bitcoin, for example, being the bubble, but still the technology being the future of the money and so on. Do you think the Russian war in Ukraine right now will somehow make the development quicker and the application of crypto being seen, or the value of crypto being seen sooner?
Yeah, I think if we're talking about bubble, we can saw a lot of bubble. Not only crypto, US dollar could be a bubble, euro could be a bubble. That's why it's like if we trust, then it will be live and growing. This war, I think, help crypto industry, and it will running more quick and develop new project, because you know that on crypto, on blockchain, start a lot of projects which can help to find black money of the Russians which invested in the war, and some of them located in UK. They start using like machinery and blockchain for find very quick crypto transactions which are involved. We saw that crypto community start blocking accounts for Russians which are still living in country which attack Ukraine. That's why I think in this case we have growing right now, like because different projects try to help crypto be more clear, be more understandable for regular banks, because very important, all businesses which are IT startups or blockchain startups or crypto startups, this place in which they connected to real business, to real fields, to real things. And right now we have a lot of projects which connected real money to crypto money. I met when we was in Silicon Valley, I met here guys from Stellar which making this helping to pay in crypto, help banks to understanding what is that. And we saw that such companies growing very quick, which try to connect this real business with crypto. And if we have this connections, big volume of these connections, it start be not a bubble, and nobody will talking about that it's bubble. When we have this real side of the crypto, when you can to taste it, like when we have our government which will build it on blockchain, or we have e-hryvnia which will start very soon and start on stellar technology. We will never talk about bubble in crypto. I think it's only start of this history, and it could change finance, bank sector, but in real it must be connected to old one to be like upgraded to 21st century, because it's very old. If you saw banks in Europe.
Yeah, we're already quarter into the century. It's probably high time to do something about our systems, especially financial systems.
Yeah.
Vlad, just to wrap up, I would like to ask you, what do you want our listeners and viewers to take with them? What are the lessons, what are the reflections they should really remember about Ukraine, about the war, about business in Ukraine or living in the country right now?
My lessons is that you must to develop strong team, strong not only in tech or expertise, strong on soft skills, which can be a leader, because only one leader, it's too hard to fix all these panic things inside the companies. I need another leaders which can develop process in so hard times. That's why my main lesson that I need looking inside all my employees and thinking how I can help them growing like a leader, growing like in soft skills, and be so strong, and never saw the crisis like a problem which they cannot fix. Because my main problem was that some of my staff, when we make these calls, I say how we can get the money from the markets. They say, oh, we cannot get any money. We have no ideas. We have no any chance. We need only donates from my pockets. And I did not like such situation. And it was in numbers only like 3% of my teams, but when I hear this, I was so upset. That's why I invest in leaders in my companies more money, and like it's main thing which help business growing in every cases. Like if you have strong persons inside, you will never die like a businessman. And I was happy that a lot of my leaders, a lot of operations manager was very strong, and they fix these issues of locations, of relocations, of working process without me. And I was so surprised. Like after some days we make a call and I asking what the problems right now, and they say no problems, no any problems, we fixed by their own. And I was very happy that I have strong team, and my main domain to collect strong guys and women. It was really true, and I was surprised on it.
It's such an important lesson, and it's really the best investment one can do as a leader and a business owner, right? Really make sure that you have the team that grows the business, not you trying to do it through lots of minions with just hands. You really want to build a team where everyone brings their heart, their brain, their creativity to the table, and have the sense of ownership for their own and each other's success. That's something that I really like from one of the client companies of mine. That's what they have as one of the statements in their working agreement. We are responsible for each other's success, and they really live through that every day. And I have goosebumps every time I think about it, because it really is seen in the office. You see it in people's conversations, in how they show up for each other, for the business, and that's what every leader should strive for. So thanks a lot, Vlad, for emphasizing this lesson. I think it's a super important one.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time, Vlad, and I really hope that your first scenario prediction is the one that we'll see developing, and let's do our best.
And one moment. Yeah. Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава. Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening and tuning in, and talk to you next week.